Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the discussion and for presentation. I would like to introduce our next presenter. It's a coordinator of doctoral program Religion, Conflict and Reconciliation from Vienna, and he's here, Dr. Francesco Ferrari. Please, Francesco, you can take because of Corona, we are just compiling.
Thank you very much. So now I'm opening my file. Yes. So welcome everybody. So today I'm speaking as a postdoc researcher at the Vienna Center for Reconciliation Studies. At our center, we work on reconciliation on different levels, as Professor Leiner has shown. One level we are working on is the reconciliation with oneself. And today my presentation's title is How Employment and Meaning Making Foster Reconciliation with Oneself. So I start with some considerations from philosophy of time, then I will turn to a short concept of trauma, and then I will land to some philosophical remarks based mostly on the philosophy on Paul Ricoeur about these two notions, employment and meaning making. Our ordinary understanding of temporality considers time as the flow of a constant becoming. As a ceaseless production of future, we visualize time as a forward-oriented arrow. Along this way, we understand time as something irreversible. Yet, we possess another access to temporality, which is related to its internal consciousness. It is the so-called lived time, whose most dramatic form can be found in the event and in the aftermath of trauma, whereby irreversible time is related to a ceaseless and continuous flow. This is our understanding of time, our ordinary understanding of time. Lived time of trauma, from the other side, is connected to a single instant, experienced as something insurmountable and indestructible. The French-Lithuanian philosopher Vladimir Yankelevich has defined this further dimension of time as the irrevocable. The irrevocable time is based on the recognition, on the indestructible ipseity of what has been in the single instant of its having taken place. As such, irrevocable time bursts in the middle of the irreversible time, breaking it up so that nothing is like it was before. And my first assumption in this presentation is that traumatic events from a moral philosophical perspective can be understood as paradigmatic examples of irrevocable time. They appear as irrevocable and epoch-making, but at the same time, in a kind of tragic irony, cannot be remembered in a clear and articulated way. And I find this point very fascinating and very enigmatic, that at the same time, something that is irrevocable, so something that is unforgettable from a moral perspective, here from a psychological perspective, is something that cannot be remembered in a clear and articulated way, and yet it is so imposing itself. Affecting memory, traumatic events recur as flashbacks in the present, as an unpredictable, overwhelming intrusion, which causes a systematic loss of capabilities and agency on multiple levels. Loss of one's ability to remember and to describe the suffered atrocities, loss of control on one's life, finally, loss of one's identity.